Ah, crap. Skynet's here, and they think I'm a conspiracy theorist. Something happened when I was working on a video to be called The CBC Hates Your Guts, as part of my fake news propaganda masterclass series that looks at news outlets running cover for Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, usually by branding as conspiracy theorists anyone who criticizes them. First, some background. I jumped to chapter if you've seen the clip.
Names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, is that we penetrate the cabinets. Today I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now.
Would Klaus lie? We need to see the WEF website to find Chrystia Freeland, our finance minister and deputy prime minister, is on the board of trustees of the WEF. Shouldn't that be illegal? That's a conflict of interest. But what other cabinet ministers are for Schwab? We need to see what happens when Colin Kerry asks the question in Parliament.
I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know that the member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad, and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honorable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member was promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again.
CBC's fake news response to Kerry's question was this article, hatefully branding Kerry a conspiracy theorist for his question. But to get the screenshot, I first needed to retrieve the article. Bing! There it is. Oh, but then I noticed a robot, basically calling Colin Kerry a conspiracy theorist, part of a disinformation campaign. I repeated the search several times, each time getting a slightly different answer. This version calls them bad actors, others lecture about spreading conspiracy theories. So here's my exchange. The first comment, if you're asking about the conspiracy theory surrounding the World Economic Forum and Colin Kerry, as if his question actually was a conspiracy theory and that he himself is surrounded in a conspiracy theory. And it goes on to side with the WEF official, calling it disinformation. Now I clicked on one of their suggested questions, who was Klaus Schwab, got a standard bio, then clicked another suggested question. Why did Colin Kerry raise concerns about outside interference in democracy? Well, HAL 9000 didn't give any new information, same WEF talking points. But Kerry never used the word trained, so I asked. Answer. When Klaus Schwab said that the WEF had trained Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and more than half of his cabinet, he was referring to the WEF's effort to promote stakeholder capitalism and sustainable value creation. That's followed by a promotion for their report, Measuring Stakeholder Capitalism Toward Common Metrics and Consistent Value Creation. And note everything is marked with a footnote 1, which is the World Economic Forum itself. The bot is actually confirming Kerry was correct to say that Canada's cabinet was trained by WEF. My next question. When you answered the question, why did Colin Kerry raise concerns about outside interference in democracy, why didn't you mention the video Kerry was referencing, which showed Klaus Schwab saying he had penetrated the cabinets of Canada, Argentina, and France? Answer. You are correct that there is a video circulating on social media that shows Klaus Schwab saying he had penetrated the cabinets of countries such as Canada, Argentina, and France. The video has been taken out of context and is being used to spread disinformation about the WEF. Adrian Monk, managing director of the WEF, has responded to criticism about disinformation campaigns targeting the WEF, stating that the WEF does not prescribe policy, but rather acts as a forum for the exchange of ideas. Note the footnotes number 2. It's the CBC that labeled Kerry for disinformation. And my next question, how can you claim Colin Kerry was spreading misinformation when he quoted Klaus Schwab accurately? Why don't you accuse Adrian Monk of misinformation by ignoring the fact that Klaus Schwab said openly that we penetrate the cabinets? Answer: the video has been taken out of context and is being used to spread disinformation about the WEF. And again, footnotes lead to the CBC. Why do you say that Colin Kerry took the video out of context? And the answer is because it has been taken out of context. Why do you believe Adrian Monk more than Colin Kerry? Just because Adrian Monk responded to criticism doesn't mean his response was correct. As an AI language model, I do not have beliefs or opinions. My role is to provide factual information and help you understand the context of the situation. Then it repeats the same quotes from the CBC, saying WEF is good, Kerry in the video are disinformation. So if the AI's role is to provide factual information, what facts are you using when you say Schwab's video was taken out of context? The video circulating on social media was edited to remove the context of Schwab's remarks, which were made in reference to the WEF's efforts to promote stakeholder capitalism. Whether you like stakeholder capitalism or hate it, it doesn't change anything about the number of cabinet ministers signing up for WEF. This gem of an answer was from USA Today, including the Adrian Monk comment, which they got from the CBC radio interview. So there you have it. AI considers the CBC the arbiter of truth. Garbage in, garbage out. Click the playlist for other videos in the series. Comment and subscribe, as I desperately need favor from YouTube's AI overlord.